is Christopher Ashe. I'm from Atlanta, Georgia. I go to the University of Alabama, and I'm an upcoming junior, so this will be my junior year next semester. So I'm a dancer. I'm a dance major. I major in dance and public relations, and I love to dance. That's just my life. That's what I do all the time. Watch ballet videos and read different books about dance and dance. Let's go. We're going to the Central Pompidou because today I have an architecture paper to do. 15 pages with pas de problème. This is going to be interesting because the books that I'm finding for my sources are in French. And my French isn't that great, but it's a learning experience. So let's see what this is going to be like. This is pretty much where I am every day in this area because I have class at CEA and then the Central Pompidou is just walking distance. So it's really cool because they have a really cool library, the museum's really interesting. It's like modern art, and then look at the building, it's really cool. So.
What motivated you to go abroad?
I've always wanted to travel. Well, I've traveled outside of the United States, but I've never been to Europe. So I really wanted to come to Paris and see if I could deal with the language barrier. I feel like that was the most important part about it to me. I always wanted to know French. I took 2 years of French in high school. So I've always wanted to speak French, and I felt like coming here and just immersing myself in the language and the culture would be a great way. It's a really big library. I felt like CEA had the most to offer as far as me being able to take classes at the Sorbonne and here at the Global Campus. It was really a great way to take classes that I wouldn't be able to take at home and still get a lot of French. I think it's important for anyone to know a second language other than the language that they speak, and French was just a language that I've always loved. I think it's a really romantic language. And there's a lot of business in France as well, so if I worked in the future, I think that having the language under my belt would help. Out of the way, got my book, did my studying, I have my paper to do now, so I have French at 4, so I have about an hour before class. Usually what I do now is just go get lunch. Like, I eat a lot since I've been here. That's all I like to do is eat, like the baguette and cheese, baguette and camembert, or sandwiches. Like, there's sandwiches everywhere. I love to eat.
Could you tell us about your day-to-day life in Paris?
Hang out a lot, more than I did at home since I've been here, but I go to class every day. I take fashion, the haute couture of Paris, and the history of the architecture of Paris. So I go to my classes, I go to the Sorbonne and have my French classes every day. And I meet lots of French people, which is really nice. I get to meet lots of French people and people that I wouldn't have the chance to meet at home.
How is it different from your day-to-day life in the US?
Well, there aren't many
Hanging
French
out.
people at home. But it's just the social scene here is a lot better. It's a lot more relaxed. I have a lot more fun. It's easier to make friends. I feel like going to class doesn't seem as stressful. It just seems like a part of what I do, and I'm learning something brand new. So it's exciting. It was hard at first, honestly, but I think I've adapted well. I've adjusted.
Why?
I'm more comfortable, I guess, trying to speak French at least. Like, I know my French isn't that great, but at first it was like I was very nervous about even trying, but now I'm more comfortable and I know that that's the only way that I'll learn. And I just take it one day at a time. And that was the big thing. Like, when I first got here, the only thing I could think of was the whole 4-month experience, and now it's just like, just take it one day at a time. I do this walk pretty much every day. Like, I walk from CEA to the Sorbonne, to my class. And there's so much to see, like, just on the walk. It's like really being in Paris. I get to see the bridges, I see Notre Dame, Hotel de Ville, which is my favorite building in Paris because it's just so massive. I think I say everything is my favorite. Paris is just my favorite place. I'm more comfortable, I guess, trying to speak French at least. Like, I know my French isn't that great, but at first it was like I was very nervous about even trying, but now I'm more comfortable and I know that that's the only way that I'll learn. And I just take it one day at a time. And that was the big thing. Like, when I first got here, the only thing I could think of was the whole 4-month experience, and now it's just like, just take it one day at a time.
What does it mean to you?
It means a lot to me, because it would be an accomplishment, I think. Like, it's easy to learn a language at a young age, but, you know, getting older and it's not your first language, and on top of your other studies, I think that for me to learn it and eventually master the language would be a great accomplishment. I realize that the world is a lot bigger than you think it is when you're just at home, you know? Like, coming abroad, you realize, even like here in Paris, like, there's so many different people of so many different nationalities, and I think that that's a really cool aspect, like in any big city, but you just don't realize that things like that are happening other places than where you're from. It's impacted the way that I feel about myself. I feel like a much more confident person, that I've taken on this challenge, and it's getting towards the end, and